They slammed him to the gravel, planted drugs, and shoved a gun to his head because he was black. They didn't know he was a federal judge, and they definitely didn't expect what happened next. In the scorching dust of Pine Creek, one racist cop thought he had power, but what he really held was a ticking time bomb. Because the man kneeling before him wasn't just another black man to be silenced. He was the storm coming to tear their system down. And when the president calls in the middle of booking, yeah, everything changes. The gravel was hot beneath Jordan Hayes' knees. Sharp, dry, unforgiving. His palms bled where stones bit deep, but he didn't flinch, not once. Across from him stood Sergeant Brent Colson, shades on, Glock shaking in his hand. His voice barked like a bad dog foaming at the mouth. "Any last words, tough guy?" Jordan didn't blink. "Do you even know who I am?" Colson's lip curled. "Yeah, a black man in a nice truck who doesn't belong out here. 10 minutes ago, Jordan had just been a man driving to his wife's grave, like he did every year on her birthday. No security detail, no press, just a bouquet of white lilies and the memory of Lydia Hayes, gone too soon. He wasn't speeding. He wasn't swerving. He was driving careful, the way black men are trained to. Then came the sirens. Jordan pulled over, kept both hands on the wheel, reached slowly for the registration, like he taught his law students. Because being right doesn't protect you, staying alive does. Colson swaggered up like a man who'd never been questioned in his life. His partner, Officer Dean Hartley, trailed behind, quiet, eyes darting. Jordan saw it, the tension in Dean's jaw, the way his hand hovered near his holster but never gripped it. "License and registration." Jordan handed it over without a word. Colson looked at the name. "Jordan Hayes, DC plates? This your truck?" "Yes." "Why you out here?" "Private visit. To my wife's grave." "In a truck this clean?" Colson smirked like he caught a lie. Then it got worse. "I smell marijuana," he lied. "Step out of the vehicle." Jordan stayed calm. "There's nothing in this vehicle. You have no probable cause. Step out now." When Jordan hesitated, Colson yanked the door open and dragged him out, slammed him onto the hood, ripped through the truck. Then, with a casual flick of the wrist, Colson slipped a bag of white powder beneath the driver's seat. Jordan saw it, and so did Officer Hartley. Their eyes locked for one long second. "You saw that," Jordan said quietly. Hartley didn't speak, and that's when Colson pulled the gun. Jordan didn't flinch, even with the barrel of Colson's Glock trembling inches from his forehead. "On your knees," Colson growled. He was losing control, not because Jordan resisted, but because Jordan hadn't shown fear. "Officer Hartley," Jordan said calmly, still staring ahead, "that dash cam on your cruiser, does it record audio?" Hartley froze. Colson snapped, "Shut your mouth!" "Because if it does," Jordan continued, voice cool as steel, "it just caught you planting evidence. And that, Sergeant, is a federal felony." Hartley's voice cracked. "Sarge, the camera. It's been on the whole time." Colson's hands shook harder. "Put the gun down, Brent," Hartley said, stepping forward. "This is done." Colson's rage collapsed into something worse, fear. But even as he lowered the weapon, he grabbed the cuffs and snapped them around Jordan's wrists. Too tight. Deliberate. "Hope your wife's grave was worth it, Slick," he sneered, dragging Jordan toward the cruiser. Jordan said nothing. Not when they drove past the cemetery. Not when Colson hissed, "They'll probably bury you next to her." He said nothing in the station either, when they logged the bogus charges. Resisting arrest, drug possession, obstruction, until he was granted one phone call, and that's when everything changed. Jordan picked up the phone and calmly said, "This is Jordan Hayes, authorization code Black Hawk, confirm echo clearance Gamma Delta." There was a long pause, then a click. 10 minutes later, the sound of black SUVs filled the street outside Pine Creek PD. Tires screamed, doors slammed. Inside the booking room, Colson's smirk evaporated as federal agents in flak vests flooded the lobby. Leading them was a woman in a tailored DOJ suit and aviators. Agent Rebecca Cross, Department of Justice, she said, voice like thunder. This station is now under federal review. Where is the detainee known as Jordan Hayes? Coulson stammered. He's just some, you moron, the booking officer whispered, eyes wide. He's not just some guy, he's a judge. They tried to bury a black man with power, but forgot he knew how to fight back. If this shook you, then don't just scroll. Like, comment, and share this story now.